finally got around to putting some old reclaimed barn board up on our living room divider where our see-through fireplace is. As you can see, I'm just about done with this side. I also made these lights that we're using as sconce lighting. It has taken us a while to get this far, but it's starting to look like a home now. It's starting to feel a little bit more cozy. But in this video here, I want to show you how I made these lights, and maybe you'll be interested, maybe not. I thought they were cool. Better than paying a couple $100s to buy them. All right, so we're going to start with the layout here. This is all 1 1/4 inch steel pipe or iron pipe, and I think the main thing you need to know is that this is considered to be a 2-inch nipple. This is a 4-inch nipple. This is a 6-inch nipple, and then you've got 2 elbows, a mounting flange, and then a T, and then finally a cap. So those are the iron pipe parts. I've got about 6 feet of zip cord, or I would say a minimum of like 14 gauge lamp wire. I have a 40-watt LED bulb, and then I have this lamp base right here. It's just a very inexpensive lamp base. We'll see how we get that in. Also have a 4-ply roll of Jute, Jute, and then I have a 1 1/2 inch. I have a 20-foot length of 1 1/2 inch jute that I'm using for the rope. And I'm going to show you, before I even get started here, I'm going to show you my method of cutting this stuff evenly, or as evenly as you can. I start by taking 2 zip ties and going on either side of my cut line and pulling those things as tight as I can. And then take out my trusty Kershaw knife, and I just start carving away right in between those 2 points. And you could actually use a bandsaw if you wanted to. I have one, but I just wanted to do it this way for simplicity reasons. So there you go. And I don't know what the length of this is. I think it's about 12 inches. Actually, it's 14 3/4. Only 9, or I should say only 8 1/4 inches hangs out below the elbow. So the rest of it will be pulled back into the 4-inch pipe. So anyway, that gives you a nice clean cut. But I have to feed a wire through there, so I can't keep that zip tie on there, so I'm going to cut that off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to relax this, because this is just a triple braid piece of rope. I'm going to go ahead and relax these braids without taking them apart. It'll make it a little easier to pass the wire through there. I'm just going to start feeding this wire through. Make sure it's straight and it won't get hung up. I'm going to cut this nice and flush here. And let's see what I can do with this. Whoops. And you have to play with it a little bit to get it through there, but it should go through pretty easily. And sometimes it gets hung up on a few little threads in there, so you have to intervene. All right, so there we go. So I'm going to pull that through there. like that. And then I'm going to make sure that this is twisted together again, nice and tight, like that. And it looks like a couple of these just ended up getting a little bit long, so I'm going to just braid them back into the bunch here, like that. All right, that's fine. That's going to work. I'll end up trimming these ends off before I'm finished with the final product, just to get them to look good. I'm going to put this lamp somewhere else. All right. So now I do want to get this fed into the pipe. So what I'm going to do is start with, of course, the elbow. Feed the wire through. Now here is where it gets a little tricky, because this can be a mess. So what I'm going to do is put a zip tie. You could use tape. Since I have tape here, I'll just put a piece of tape around this to keep all this braid together. Just like that. Then I'm going to start feeding this through. Now, as you feed this through, you want to twist it in the direction that will tighten the weave or the braid. And as you can see here, it will start to work its way up in, and then you can start grabbing this. And just work with it. You can grab some of this with a pair of pliers. Once you get it started, it goes pretty easy after that. All right, now I'm going to take a measurement and see what I have down here below. Oh, I've got 10 inches, so I can go another 1 3/4 inches yet. Okay, I'm going to stop right about there, because some of these braids are actually getting a little bit shorter. Yeah, that's going to be good right there. All right, so I've got that fed, the wires fed. I'm just going to leave this tape around, because the next thing I'm going to do is feed this through the 4-inch pipe. And once it gets through there, then you can start threading it on. Just hand tight on all of this. That's all. Hand tight is all you need. All right, so with that part done, I'm going to go ahead and pull some more wire through. And now we're going to go through another elbow. Going to stuff that in there, thread this on. There we go. And I'm going to need more, so better pull some more of this through here. Try to keep your ends together because it's a little bit easier to do it while you're working with it than to try to do it when it's all unraveled later on. As a matter of fact, I might go right ahead now and put a piece of tape around this or a zip tie. Okay. All right, then this is going to go through the 6-inch pipe, and it looks like I still need more length of wire. I might as well pull all of this through because I don't need that much for the lamp fixture itself right here. So I'm going to leave that pigtail. It's about 6 inches or so. All right, and this goes through the 6-inch pipe. Then we're going to go through the T. I'm going to want to get this all the way over to this side, so I'm going to need a little bit of help. And I'll fine-tune that later. All right, so now that'll go into the 2-inch nipple. And then finally this will go through the flange, which I don't really have to string now, but because I'll mount the flange on the wall first, but just to have everything together here. I'll do it. Okay, that takes care of the wire, and there's plenty of wire here left for the wiring to the wall. Then finally, for the bottom piece, which is really not functional, it's more just give a little bit of balance to the piece. The 2-inch nipple and a cap. So there we go. So that part is pretty well done. The only thing I need to do now is get this fixture wired in. So this part gets a little bit tricky, and I probably should have left this undone until I got this wired, because I'll need to pull whatever slack is left in this to pull this up into the braid here. So let me get something to trim this braid. Well, these aren't very sharp, are they? Okay, get that out of the way. And I think I still want to be here. So this is the shortest braid. I'm going to go ahead and try to trim some of this up. I need something sharper. I don't know if these are sharper. Okay, not bad. We'll just stop right there. All right, so let's get this stripped back. Now, This is a brown and white wire pair. I'm going to treat the brown as a black, and the white, of course, will be white. So the silver contact here will get the white, the brass contact will get the brown. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go ahead and put this cover back on. All right, so that's pretty well done. Let's go ahead and pull some of this wire through. I'm going to turn this way and pull this wire through there. Now, I think what I'll do is go ahead and untape this. Because I'm going to want that to sort of go right in the middle of all of these braids. That looks pretty darn good right there. So now I need to put a piece of tape gently around these braids to keep them from coming too far undone. Okay, and I've got the end of this thing right about here where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of spread these individual threads, spread them out. So that they're sort of evenly distributed around that socket. All right, so now in this position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this jute right here, and I'm going to make a loop like this. I'm going to go fairly high up here, and I'm going to leave a long tail on it. And then I'm going to start winding this jute around the ends here, overlapping the loop that I created. I hope you all are able to see this. I hope my head's not in the way. Yeah, I think I overdid it with the length of this. Now the other lamp I did, the first lamp I did, I used a different color jute. It really wasn't jute, it was just a sort of a string material, like a cotton string. And I didn't really care for the contrast in the colors. So I decided on this lamp, I'm going to try this matching jute. And I can tell you, I'm going to like this better already. So when you get down to this point here, you can take the tape off. And then keep on wrapping. I think I'm probably going to stop right about there. So now with that there, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to run it through the loop that I left there. Whoops. Like that. I'm going to take this tail end and I'm going to pull it down until it pulls that tail right in there. Like that. And then this I can cut off flush there. And there we go. We sort of have, oh, I got a little stray piece of thread. I'm just going to cut it out. So I kind of like that. All right, at this point, just kind of clean it up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and trim these ends. Let's okay, folks, so I think that pretty well does it. It's not exactly like the other one, but I'm going to take the other one down and I'm going to do it like this one. So then what would happen is we'll go ahead and take the lamp. And some of you might be saying, man, isn't this stuff going to catch fire? No, it's not going to, because it would have to get up over 400 degrees. And if that ever happens, there's a major problem somewhere. So here it is, folks. This is it. So let me hold it up here. What do you think? So I'm going to go ahead and get this installed and get the other one down and match it up to this. I really like this better. It looks much better than the contrasting colors I used on the first one. So there we go. Folks, thanks for watching this video. Actually, I might show some B-roll of me installing this and then turning it all on and all that stuff, but I'm not going to come back at the end and do an ending monologue. So folks, I'm going to tell you right now, I love you guys. Thank you, all of you who continue to tune in every time I put up a video. I really appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, so click the subscribe button. And if you want to get notified whenever I put up a new video, make sure to hit the bell. That way you'll get notifications when a new video is uploaded. And finally, folks, continue to practice kindness everywhere in your life, every corner, every nook and cranny of your life. Not just your family and not just in your neighborhoods, but to those people you cannot stand. All right, and I'll see you in another video, hopefully very soon. Over and out.